Hi everyone, welcome back. It's been a while. I think it's been 2 weeks, maybe it's been 3. I don't 100% remember. Today is the 10th of September, so I'm going to be planning for the week of the 11th, as well as recapping the first week of September. And I didn't do my regular monthly recap, so I didn't do an August recap video and a September setup video. So I'll probably combine that in this as well. Okay, so what I need to do, okay, so here's my monthly and my weekly planning task cards. So let's see here. Where are we? How have you guys been? How was your end of summer? We were on vacation. It was wonderful. We put a house on the market on Tuesday, so we did have some work things last week of August to prepare for that. So I did film a behind the scenes, getting a home ready for market, staging consultation, and the day of the listing video. And then I was gonna also film open house weekend this weekend, but we ended up selling the house in 24 hours. So the open house got canceled. So stay tuned for that video coming up. So apart from that, we were pretty much on vacation. This is this week here. I did like a plan with me, but I didn't film it. I just quickly sat down and mapped out my week here. So this is the week of September 4th to the 10th. Just had a few tasks, few follow-up, work routines, my personal routines. Journaling daily, I did for the first 3 days, and then I just got swamped. And I always put on here every week to do oil pulling. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's like you put like a tablespoon of coconut oil in your mouth and you swish it around for 10-15 minutes and then spit it out into the garbage. And it's really good for cleaning your teeth and your breath and killing bacteria and all that kind of stuff. I keep forgetting to do it. And it's literally like 15 minutes a day. It's not that hard to do. So anyway, if you wonder why you keep seeing that in my in my videos, that's what that is. And then as far as my sharpen the saw, these were my main focuses for this week. So my main focus was to do weights twice this week. I didn't do weights at all. Physio 3 times, I have done that. My castor oil, so that's like a liver detox. So I've done that 3 times. And what that is I have an organic cotton. I'll put the name of the one that I use. I don't know if it's Canadian or not, but I just bought it from my local, do you call them health food store? It's called Fiddleheads here, where it's like natural, like all things natural. But anyhow, so it's a castor oil pack that you buy, and it's a cotton pad, and you tie it around your waist, but you put castor oil on the cotton, and you tie it around your right side, because that's where your liver is, and then you put a hot pad over it for about 45 minutes. Half an hour to 45 minutes, and it's really good for your liver. You can use it for your stomach as well if you have digestive issues, and like there's a whole bunch of things that you can do with that. So I've been doing that. And then I wanted to do, so my human design, it's called HDX, human design. I forget what the X stands for. So last week I did do my first module, so I wanted to do another module this week and journal about it. So I might still get to that today. It's a little after 4 today already. It's been a busy day so far, getting caught up with, laundry and everything else that you miss when you're busy and on vacation. So hopefully I'll get to that. So that's where I'm at so far with my sharpen the saw. And then my CEO team leader was prepping for Maple Ave. That's the listing that we just sold. So that went off without a hitch. It was amazing. And then setting boundaries after work hours. So, when you take time off and you're on vacation, and when you're not busy with things, you're able to think more clearly. And that was my experience. I'm just like, I like feeling like this, where I feel calm and I'm not stressed or vibing high, if you know what I mean. And so I'm like, I've got to set boundaries after work hours. Like if an agent texts me or calls me, just don't answer, because unless I have an active listing, like nothing is that important that I can't get back to them the next day. Because that's what I was finding. I was always on. So even if I didn't have a lot going on with other aspects of my business, I'm still accessible all the time, and I really need to work on that. So it was great this week. I did that. I would get some calls, 6 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night, even like 10 o'clock at night. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not responding to the text messages. It can wait until tomorrow. And it's really been helping. My realtor focus this week was getting back into the swing of things with my follow-up calls, and then Tyler's clients. So Tyler's been on vacation. He comes home tomorrow. I think he's been gone 3 weeks now. He went down to the Maritimes. So him and his girlfriend drove down. They went through New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, spent about 3 days with my dad in Nova Scotia, and then they drove down to Newfoundland, and they were in Newfoundland like the most time, like 2 weeks, I think. And then they're coming home now, so they'll be home tomorrow. So taking care of Tyler's clients while he's been away, so we did that. And then my wife and mom role was to spend time with my daughter. I was not able to, like maybe 15 minutes this week. It's been with her schedule and our schedules. And then check in on my cousin. So I'll probably send her a text today. I meant to call her this week. I didn't get around to it. Her birthday's this coming week, so I have to make sure I check in, and then call with my dad. I wanted to call, like we were texting while Tyler was there, but I wanted to call him and just, find out how his visit was with Tyler. And yeah. So here's my time blocked week. I only did calls once. I did follow up the other days. It's just like 2 or 3 at a time, like, just top follow-ups, but I didn't sit down and actually do follow-up calls except for Thursday, because it has been a busy week. So we'll just do a quick little flip here. We stayed at the cottage until Tuesday night because we had a bit of a heat wave that started on Sunday. I think it started Sunday. Yes, it started Sunday. It was like 30 degrees Celsius Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And now we're like 22 degrees now. And now we're back to normal fall temperatures. So I'm staying at the cottage because it was so hot and I wanted to get a last swim in. So we had friends come up this day. So we had good beach time this day, and Ryan and I had good beach time this day. And we did a deep clean of our cottage, and then we came home. So work didn't start until Wednesday. And I did plan on doing calls on, oh no, I didn't on Tuesday. Okay, never mind. Yes, because I knew that we were coming home on Tuesday night. We did launch our new listing on Tuesday morning. So I did have some leads that came in on that. So I did follow up with them on Tuesday. But then otherwise it was still vacation mode. So yeah, Wednesday, Thursday were pretty much my only work days, right? Yeah, Friday we didn't really, it's just really easing into it. And it was so hot. So I was just still in summer mode. But yeah, so we ended up getting 6 offers within 24 hours on our Maple listing. So that took up my Wednesday evening. So that went on for quite a few hours. And yeah, it was great though. We sold it for $120,000 over asking. It's like, what? So exciting. And yeah, so that's Thursday. I was testing out some pens because I wanted to switch pens. I'm not sure, like I like the blue, but I'm thinking, I don't know if I want the blue anymore. I think I'm going to go back to black ink. All right, and then this was yesterday. I did have a CMA, like a listing appointment at 11:30, and then we had like a housewarming with clients. We helped them purchase during the pandemic. And so finally they were able to have people over. So they had their housewarming, and like instead of Oktoberfest, it was Septemberfest. It was so much fun. So it was scheduled from 3 until 8, but we got there at about 3:30 and it went until 11. I think we got home like well after 11 because we were just having so much fun. And we met all of their friends and their coworkers. Like it was a party and it was outside. It was beautiful weather. It was just so much fun. And in fact, mine and Ryan's voices today are quite scratchy because of all the talking that we were doing. And then once the music started, talking over the music. Yeah, so then this is Sunday, and then here's my week. So it's part of my weekly planning here, doing my week recap. So I did just recap my compass card. And then as far as my week recap, my goal was to do 28 contacts. I did 16, so I missed that goal by 12. However, I did get 7 leads, so I'm +2 for that. Appointments booked, 1 out of 2, so -1. 1 appointment held. That appointment is not ready to sell just yet, so we didn't get the contract signed. and then one firm deal. We sold our Maple Ave listing. And then this is my numbers broken down. What worked? Doing my castor oil. I'm going to be doing it again today, so that'll be 4 times this week, which is awesome. Sold our listing. Knocked our client socks off. That's what it's all about. What didn't work? Well, I only did my calls once. Basically didn't have a routine this week. And I fell off the wagon with my journaling. And then my sharpen the saw. I didn't get my weights in. So that's something that Ryan and I both want to do, is just get some weights in twice a week. We haven't done that in a very long time. And I used to be so diligent, and I've noticed I've lost a lot of strength. So we both want to get back to that. So that didn't happen. And then best use of my time. I mean, it was a great week. We got a lot done, but I did at night spend a lot of time scrolling. And what I want to do is get back into my reading. So that's something I'm focused on. Okay, so I didn't do my month recap with you guys. This video is probably going to be a little bit all over the place. So my month recap is typically like doing my month recap and where I am year to date. So why don't I just share that with you guys real quick. So here we are here for, this is how I did for August, 76 out of 112 contacts, so minus 36, 3 out of 18 leads, minus 15, appointments booked 6, the goal was 4, so a surplus of 2, appointments held 5 out of 3, surplus of 2, 2 contracts signed, goal was 3, so minus 1, and then 1 firm deal out of 3, so minus 2, and then where I'm at year to date, I'm ahead for my contacts by 144. Behind in my leads by 98, and then appointments booked, I'm ahead by 2, appointments held ahead by 3, but contracts signed minus 11, and firm deals minus 5. So that usually happens this time of year because I pretty much, like, I'm not really hustling in July and August because we're at our cottage and we have such a short summer, so I'm spending as much time outside as I can. So that's where I am year to date. And then my quarterly recap. So where I am so far, so here's how I did last month for my goals, my self-care goals. My focus was routines, work on getting to bed earlier. I would, and then I would fall off. And then I would have a couple days where I was good, and then I would fall off. So it wasn't consistent. And then my goal was to do 10 minutes of movement a day. So I was doing my little tracker here. So I did 22 out of 31 days, so 71%. Not bad. And I'd have to go back in my wellness planner to see like what happened these days that I didn't. It could have been I was just too tired or busy. Like, I'm not really sure. But some days here I only did 10 minutes. Some days I did like an hour. So yeah, and this is about average for me. It's about 22 days a month that I exercise. So if we look here, so I'm trying to get that up to be daily. So January and February. Okay, so 16, 15, 16 times. Okay, so the first quarter of the year wasn't that many. April I did 20, 17, 16. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong. It's not an average of 22 times a month. Why did I put 21 there? That's supposed to be 22. Okay, so you know what? Then I'm going to take that as a win. 22 times in the month of August. That is a win. It's easier too when the weather's nicer. So we can go for hikes. We can, go swimming. There's just so many ways to stay active. So that's how I did with that. I'm actually going to take this out now because the month is over. And I've started a new one for September. I have to go back and fill all this in. Okay, and then having my meals at the same time. Yes, I pretty much eat at the same time every day. My goal is to shift the times up because of sleeping in and then eating later. I mean, there are some times I can't help but we're eating dinner at like 9 o'clock at night just because of where work took us, but we are working on that. My business goal was basically to stay focused, work 3 days per week throughout the month of August. That didn't happen. I checked off that it did. I mean, it did happen. I took my inserts out. So no, that's a no, because I know that during vacation, it wasn't consistent. Role play and support where needed, did that. My human design, I did not do my one course weekly. or journal about my journey and any ahas that I had, and I didn't do my affirmations. So surrounded around human design. So that's one area there that I definitely need to make more of a focus. All right, and then as far as my goals for this quarter, my goal was to finish my goals for the year by the end of September. So I'm just going to put an X through that because that's not going to happen in the month of September. There's only 1 month left of this quarter. No spend focus, I'm doing really good at that. I did start off the quarter doing a 66-day challenge. I started, I started June 1st. So this is all of June and July right here. And I haven't continued it. Like, I'm in the habit now. I'm so good. I haven't bought planner supplies since June 1st. I mean, I think I have, but it was with money I already had for that purpose. But I have not dug into our personal money. So yeah, it's really good. And actually, I can't remember the last time I purchased anything planner related. So that's going really well. Sleeping habits, not so much. Physio-ish. My routines. I'm doing pretty good with my routines, but it's not like I want to, again, it's doing them earlier, not staying up so late. My time blocking, summertime. So that's probably going to be a no. I think I did pretty good in July. I'd have to go back in my inserts, but yeah, August definitely was a write-off. Our systems, 100%. We're doing really good with our systems and the automation of our systems. So that's going really well. Research printable shop. So I haven't really done that. I don't know if I'm going to have my act together to have like a printable shop for 2024. I would like to, but the needs of my real estate business come first. Like, that's what pays the bills. This is my hobby. I would like to turn it into something, into a side hustle and a second little business. And that is the goal. I just don't know when. I'm not rushing it. It's going to be, yeah, like, I'm not going to force it and rush it. And that's how it's feeling right now. So I'm taking a pause. And, but yeah, so that's still a goal. I want to research, you know, do I do it through Etsy or do I have my own shop and those sorts of things. So human design experiment. I'm going to be able to dig into that more now that my summer holidays are over. Regular team meetings, we've been doing great with that, and then doing good with low sugar. Although on really hot days, you guys, I love those strawberry refreshers from Starbucks. Although I get them with water, not the lemonade, so there's less sugar, but it's still sugar. Other than that, I'm doing good. I don't really eat processed sugar. So, all right, so that was that. That was my quarterly recap. And then this month's goals, that's next up on my task card here. So this month's goals. So business, self-care, human design. So back to my routine, 3 solid days a week of work. Notifications off on my emails and my texts after work hours so that I'm not checking my phone. And then work in my time blocked time. So that is my goal, is to have a time blocked time of like, this is when I'm going to get my work done. So then that way, I'm not all over the place with what I'm doing. And I find that will happen. I go between like, I'm just going to go with the flow of my day and kind of see where it takes me and not really being 100% intentional. And then my personal stuff collides with my work stuff. And then, so no wonder sometimes I'll be working until late at night because I was doing other things through the day and that sort of thing. So that's something that I've really realized having time off over the summer. So I've really thought about how I'm managing everything. So yeah, that's a big focus for me. And then my self-care, doing my weights twice a week, physio 3 times a week, and then the castor oil 3 times a week. And so my last cycle that I had in August, so I'm in perimenopause for those of you who might be new here. And my cycles are inconsistent and they're very painful, and I have other sorts of pain that's related. But this last cycle, I was basically pain-free. And I think it has something to do with definitely all the rest I had because of being on vacation, but the castor oil, because the liver processes everything, right? Including our hormones. And so I think that the castor oil has helped a lot. So anyways, I'm going to continue with that. And then with human design, I want to do one module each week in my course, and then journal on how it applies to me, because she does give, let me see if I can find. So this was the last module that I did. I'm loving this so much. So the last module that I did started here. So I took all of these notes. So good. And then she gives questions to help you apply everything. Yeah, so here were like 9 questions based on all of this, which is good to help you sit down and apply it to yourself. And it makes you think, like, what do you want? What would like be after whatever it is healed or transformed or what have you? And then it's related to your human design energy type. So, and they call it a human design experiment because it really isn't an experiment. It's, you know, you're always experimenting with it and how it affects you in your day-to-day life. And were you in alignment? You know, what's the difference? If you weren't in alignment, how did you feel when you were in alignment? What did that feel like? And all that kind of stuff. And here's the questions here. When asking yourself what you want, ask. And then there's all these questions. So that's what I want to do, is take the time. Like I watch the module, I write all the notes, but then I want to probably maybe the next day when my mind has had time to digest everything, actually sit down and do the questions. So that's what I mean by that. And I like that she gives you those questions so that you can, you know, apply it to yourself. So yeah, so those are my goals for September. Okay, and then the next up on my list was schedule my month. And you guys, I haven't done that. Like, here's September. So I'm just quickly going to do that. It shouldn't take long. I don't have a lot scheduled. So what I will do, I'm going to speed this part up because I've already been talking for 22 minutes. So next up here is schedule my month, my master task list. I have started writing some things on my master task list, but I haven't gone through last month's and migrated. So I'm going to do that. Okay, transfer my tasks. Updating my trackers, I've already done that, so I'll show you that when I'm done. So right now I'm going to schedule my month and do my master task list and transfer tasks. Okay, so now my monthly planning and September recap is done. So I've got my first page done here. Here's my numbers that I need for the month. Social media focus, we have one closing this month. Projects, resizing inserts. I have all of my 2024 done in personal wide size. So now in preparation for if I do open up a planner shop, I do want to have different sizes. So my next task is to resize them in half letter. The problem is that I can resize it no problem to half letter, but then the template here doesn't fit it properly. So it's very tedious to have to like make the lines, you know, longer vertically, horizontally. The font has change, I have to resize all the fonts, the lines, the word, like everything. It is so tedious. So this is why I'm like, this is a lot of work. And so I'm just going to work on this when I can. And then when I'm ready, I'm ready. All right. So this is my all my monthly plans. And I think I said I didn't have much going on. Turns out I do. And then I finished my master task list here. Okay, and then my trackers, I did get those done. I did those on the 1st. So here we go. It's neat to look back. So by the end of August, so with my Facebook, I started at 560 followers. I'm now at 654. This is my business Facebook. And then my Instagram real estate, I started at 2010. I'm now at 2155 followers. My Instagram buy-sell plan, that I'm a little puzzled by. I started at 12,208 and I'm at 12,126. I've been going down every month. So that I find kind of weird. So I know it could be bots and things like that, but like consistently to be going down, it just seems a little bit weird to me. My YouTube for real estate, 63, I'm now at 73. That's pretty cool. And then my buy-sell plan YouTube, I started at 2009 subscribers and I'm at 2253. That's pretty awesome. So thank you to those 253 new subscribers. Well, almost 253 new subscribers since the beginning of the year. I'm so happy to have you here. And for those who are still with me, I love you guys. Absolutely love you guys. This is my happy place. And then here's my activity numbers. It's just neat to see over the year how I do. So April was I did a really big push, March and April. Those are my biggest months for contacts. But it's interesting that I have some months where I have less contacts, but I did really well at appointments. So it's all relative because, you know, this is why you need to be consistent with your activity, because any, like, let's say leads or appointments that I got in a certain month weren't necessarily because I just contacted them that month. It could be because I contacted them a few months ago and have stayed in touch, and then you know, things come to fruition as time goes on. Okay, so that's the monthly done. And then for the weekly, I'm just going to set up my week. All right, my week recap, quarterly goals, next week's goals. I guess I haven't really set that up, have I? Let's do that, shall we? I've decorated for the whole month. That way it's done and then I can just plan. I don't always decorate, but I've been enjoying it lately, so I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, so let's see what my goals are for the month here, and then I'm gonna divide that by 4 weeks. So 113 divided by 4. So yeah, it's 28 contacts a week. So I'm just gonna go through this real quick here. So 28 contacts, leads, 19 leads divided by 4 is 5 per week. Appointments booked, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Okay, so that's nice and easy, quick. Okay, that's this month's goals. And then schedule, oh, wrong one. Review my roles and choose my big rocks for the week. Okay, so my compass card is done. Here are my goals: sharpen the saw, weights 2 times. I want to start doing breath work this week. At that housewarming party that I went to on the weekend, my client told me about some breath work that she's been doing, and it's really helped her. And so I want to start that. And then physio 3 times, castor oil 3 times, and then do 1 module in my human design. And a new moon class. The new moon is on Thursday. So with our human design, it's really cool. She has an astrologist every month do a class with us on how to set intentions for the full moon and the new moon each month. So it's happening at a time on Tuesday that I can't go on it live, but I will watch the replay. Oh wait, 3:30 Pacific Standard Time, so 3, 4, 5, 6. I might be able to actually, it'll actually be 6:30 my time. But anyhow, regardless, I'll either watch the replay or watch it live to set my intentions. So I put that in there to remember because I often forget, and then I get the email and then I'm not able to catch it live because I didn't plan for it. All right, my CEO team leader role. So do our team meeting. The plan is to do that on Wednesday. Tyler comes home tomorrow. We're like 2 in the morning or something. So I know that he's going to need some time to recover. He's driving home straight from Newfoundland. Like apart from stopping to go to the bathroom, get food and gas, it's 18 hours from Nova Scotia. So it's even farther from Newfoundland to here. So I think he's going to need a day to recover. So we'll do our team meeting on Wednesday. And then I want to, Tyler and I have talked about doing calls together. So I think he's ready for that now because for the longest time it was too distracting for him. So now he wants to do calls together. So make sure that we do that this week. And then basically just back to the basics since we're, vacations are over and we're back to work. So kind of, that's what we're going to talk about in our meeting, like back to the basics. Here's the, these main things that we need to focus on every day. And then having my designated work hours and then having boundaries around that. For my realtor role, I want to do my calls 3 times. Wife and mom role. So I went to see the Barbie movie with my daughter and Ryan wants to see it. And I love the movie. Like I will definitely watch it again. I really, really liked it. So we've been talking about it for weeks. We just never get to it. So hopefully this week, Ryan and I can go and see that movie together. And then with Tyler being back and again, family vacations and everything are over, I want us to do a family dinner this week. Just the 4 of us together. Sister and friend role, book coffee with one friend. I have a few friends I haven't seen in a long time, and we've been chatting online about like in the fall, we need to get together. So I'm going to book a coffee with one of those friends this week and then check in with my sister and then happy birthday to my cousin and then checking in with my dad. So that's my sharpen the saw and, my compass card. So now I'm going to schedule my week and then I'm going to do my weekly tasks and then fill all of this in. So on my dashboard, I do my top follow-ups, my work routine. So I just check those off each day that I do them. And that's a good reminder every day. For those, and then put any personal routines in there and my sharpen the saw so that I can track those through the week, and then put my master task list in there for the week, and then setting up my time blocked schedule. All right, so I will speed this part up. Okay, the week is planned. Here's how it looks. I've got my sharpen the saw in here, personal routines, top follow-up, my tasks. And then what I did was I time blocked basically from 10 until 3, like that is designated work time. So no personal things happen in that time. I'm just 100% focused on work during those 5 hours. The mornings will be for ideally, not for just for sleeping, but for doing any type of self-care related things to get me going for the day. So my morning routine basically, and then the evenings or after 3 is to do my exercise and anything else. And then, I mean, you know, things happen through the week, and my day can change from one moment to the next. So if I have a client that wants to see a property, well, then that will get slotted in. So, you know, things like that happen. It's not every week where I have every single night free. That rarely happens. So, but at least knowing that I have my work things, my non-negotiables, I have those 5 hours to get those done, and then anything else will happen at kind of outside of that, but only important things related to clients. If anyone else needs me and it's not urgent, then it can wait until the next day. So I'm working really hard on setting those boundaries. Okay, so nothing scheduled for Monday. I have to refilm my August recap. I filmed it and then I deleted it off my phone thinking I already had posted it. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I have to refilm it. Nothing scheduled on Tuesday. I have to prep for my team meeting. So we'll see how Tyler does. He'll be probably sleeping most of Monday. So we'll do calls together today, this day if he's up for it. But then Wednesday will be a regular work day for him. So we will be doing our team meeting. The goal is to do our team meeting at 12 o'clock. So that's the goal. So I just have to confirm that with them first. But yeah, I don't have any appointments booked this week. So it's just basically task-based right now and getting my top 20% tasks in there, or top 20% activity, calls, CEO time, working on my business. Okay, that is my plan with me. It's been a while. I hope that was enjoyable for you. And yeah, if you'd like to see any other details with my planning, my weekly planning, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're new here, hello, welcome. Please say hello in the description, in the bottom. And then if you are already a subscriber and have been with me for a while, hello, thanks for coming back. And I would love to hear from you as well. All right, so have a wonderful week ahead, you guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.